Before colonization, before borders, before slavery, two great worlds were thriving: the Indigenous Americas and the African kingdoms. Two hemispheres full of life, power, cities, science, spirituality, and culture. And yet, this chapter of history is almost never taught. So today, let's take a journey into daily life in the 1400s for Indigenous Americans and African peoples, before colonization changed everything. It's the 1400s. In the Americas, the sun rises over Turtle Island, Abya, Anahuac, and Tawantinsuyu, the indigenous names for the continents long before Europeans renamed them America. Millions of indigenous people wake up to the rhythm of their homelands. In the eastern woodlands, families tend corn, beans, and squash. In the plains, nations follow the movements of bison. In the desert southwest, Pueblo and Hopi communities maintain adobe cities. Along the Pacific, Haida and Tlingit carvers transform cedar into canoes and totems. In the Mississippi Valley, Cahokians gather in the plazas of a city bigger than London. In Mexico, Maya astronomers study the stars. In the Andes, Inca runners carry messages across a 25,000-mile road network. In the Amazon, villages manage forests as living medicine gardens. This hemisphere is alive with science, agriculture, art, spirituality, and commerce. On the other side of the Atlantic, in West and Central Africa, the day begins in powerful kingdoms and empires. The Mali Empire, home to Mansa Musa and the great city of Timbuktu. The Songhai Empire, with universities, libraries, judges, and scholars. The Benin Kingdom, where artists cast bronze masterpieces still admired worldwide. The Congo Kingdom, with organized government and expansive trade networks. Senegal, Ghana, Nigeria, Angola, each region with its own civilization and culture. Africa in the 1400s is not a wilderness. It is a world of empires, scholars, farmers, healers, blacksmiths, traders, builders, and spiritual leaders. In Indigenous America, people begin their day with farming, hunting, fishing, crafting pottery and textiles, building canoes, maintaining mounds, roads, and irrigation canals, teaching children through stories and hands-on learning, preparing for ceremonies connected to the stars, moon, and seasons. Communities are structured. Women hold power in many societies as clan mothers, leaders, and food stewards. Governments range from democratic confederacies to complex kingdoms like the Aztec and Inca. In Africa, daily life is just as vibrant. Farmers harvest rice, millet, yams, and sorghum. Fishermen cast nets into rivers and open seas. Blacksmiths forge tools and ceremonial ironwork. Women weave bright patterned textiles. Children learn from griots, living historians, and storytellers. Scholars study medicine, mathematics, astronomy, and law. Kings and queens rule with councils and advisors. Markets fill with spices, gold, leather, pottery, beads, salt, and cloth. Families are large, communities are tight, and spirituality guides every important decision. In both the Americas and Africa, trade networks stretch for thousands of miles. In the Americas, canoes travel down the Mississippi River. Trade routes link the Great Lakes to the Gulf of Mexico. Caribbean seafarers sail between islands. Amazonian traders paddle through forest waterways. Inca caravans cross mountain passes. In Africa, camel caravans move across the Sahara. Traders travel between Timbuktu, Gao, and Djenné. Coastal merchants sail the Atlantic and Indian Oceans. Local markets exchange gold, ivory, salt, textiles, spices, and art. These were not isolated worlds. They were global on their own terms. In the Americas, evenings bring storytelling, dancing, feast days, moon ceremonies, medicine rituals, council meetings, community gatherings. In Africa, nights bring drumming, singing, ancestral ceremonies, weddings, night markets, oral traditions, praise songs, and proverbs. Both worlds live in rhythm with nature, ancestors, community, and purpose. This is the part the textbooks skip. Before colonization, both the Indigenous Americas and Africa were advanced, organized, educated, wealthy, spiritual, creative, scientific, sophisticated, fully developed civilizations. These were not primitive peoples. They were nations with cities, universities, trade systems, road networks, and cultural brilliance. So when we talk about Indigenous Americans and Africans before colonization, we're talking about two powerful worlds, thriving in their own ways, on their own terms. In the next video, we'll talk about what happened when these two worlds eventually met, and how their stories intertwine in ways that changed history forever. I'm the Mad Historian. Stay curious, stay bold, and keep uncovering the truth they never wanted you to know.